Hi, Santa Clarita, it's Gene Bleeker, and you are watching The Real Estate Beat with me and my very good friend and business partner, Mr. Mike Meena.
Hey, Mr. Gene Bleeker, how are you?
I am doing wonderful.
We're still doing well all the way through this show.
Yeah.
Hey,
Who's next on the beat?
We got Tom Brown from REMAX of Valencia, REMAX of Santa Clarita, or REMAX. What are you guys, REMAX?
REMAX, just across the board, yeah.
REMAX out in front. Yep, I know that.
Yeah.
So Tom, tell me a little bit about yourself. How long have you been in the business?
I've been doing this almost 15 years.
15 years.
Yeah.
Wow. You're one of the hardest working agents I know out there. You are out there. You still door knocking?
Still door knocking, taking care of that, still making phone calls and sending out, flyers and everything else, no matter what it takes.
Telling people what it is to get the real estate dream. It seems like you're always on their team finding the real estate dream.
Yes.
Good. So tell me a little bit about the transition from the market. It was kind of a seller's market before, and now it's a buyer's market.
Yeah, that's true. It's actually gone from, coming in 2011, 2012 was really a seller's market, as, the inventory was, quite a ways down. And by that I mean, we were actually sitting at about, 1,200 homes in 2011. We dropped down to 312 homes in March of 2013. And from that, we're now back up to 590 homes. So, in the last just year, from this time last year, we have an 89% increase in homes on the market. So that being said, that's great, but the other side of it is the actual buyers that are buying homes, we've seen a decrease in that. So homes are sitting on the market a little bit longer.
Right. Well, it seems like when the prices jumped up a little bit last year, the market kind of started to soften, and then interest rates jumped up also. Mm-hmm. And I think we had to get people readjusted and reacclimated to what the new price was going to be for their house, because we know that clients usually buy on payment, not so much on what the price of the house is alone.
Right. That's true nowadays. Before, in the boom of things, everybody was just buying because they were betting the market's going to go up.
Right.
Now they're a lot more, a little more, kind of not really looking at the price of the home, but more looking at the payments of the house, because they want to make sure they can afford the home this time and not be, sitting on a payment that they can't afford and betting again that the housing market's going to go up. So
I agree. Yeah, people are much more conscious about payment, I think, in everything. And, with gas prices rising and interest rates going up, I think people were a little bit more on the fence this year than they have been in years past. But do you see the market falling at all?
I don't see it falling a whole lot. We've actually had, from the median home price, like I said, a 35% increase in the last just over a year, just in this valley. So, it's actually come up. The first quarter of this year, we saw a little bit of a decrease in the actual buyers that were out there. Opened escrows from, our value was 218 the first quarter of this year to where it was 295 last year. Right. So we've seen, the buyers slow down just a little bit in the first quarter, which is about typical.
Yeah. No, and a lot of people said that the first quarter was probably the roughest first quarter we've had in a lot of years.
Yes.
But it seems like the second quarter has taken off like crazy. I think, I've seen that with my business. Have you seen that too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It actually has picked up quite a bit since, coming out of February into March, we've seen a huge increase in actual homes being put into escrow.
We're seeing multiple offers on a lot of houses. And I know you're out there showing clients houses every day, every week, whatever that is. What is your key? I know you get a lot of clients into escrow pretty quickly. You're really good at that. You're on them. You're with that client, it seems like, day and night until they get into escrow. What is it that you do that's special, that makes you that special agent?
Well, basically, you get as far as the buyers go when they come out for the client, is to get their expectations, what they're looking for, how much they want to spend, what's comfortable for them, and then incorporate that, with you doing the loan, so they know exactly what they're going to spend and get into. And by taking that into effect when they want to look for a house, they're actually looking at homes they can afford. So getting them pre-approved is the big thing. Trying to find a house that you're not pre-approved on is really hard to do, because you may fall in love with something and then realize you can't afford it, and now you're trying to compare that to every other home out there.
And I've seen you do some. You're one of the. You're a good agent because you're not one of that's afraid to spend money to get a deal done. We just did one a few months ago, and it was crazy. And I know you had to help pay for a bankruptcy or something like that to get it out of this and get it out of that. And you're one of those guys, you don't really care about the money in the end. All you care about is taking care of your client. And I think that's admirable, because there's not a lot of agents out there that just are like, hey, you know what, let's take care of the client first. And when you have that attitude, you become a great agent like you are.
Yeah, it's all about, taking care of the client, not about the money in the end. It's about, getting them what they can get into. And if something comes up, we got to take care of it, then If it's money I have to spend out of it, that's fine. We'll take care of it and get it done.
Right, exactly. So is there anything else you want to tell us about the market or how you feel about what's going to happen here soon?
I think, as far as coming into the second quarter here, we're going to start to see a small increase in the home prices, not like we have in the last, over a year. So it's really going to be a little bit less there, but we're also going to start seeing, the multiple offers kind of start to slowly go away because now we're getting more homes on the market and their buyers are, kind of still about the same. So by having more of an inventory and less buyers, it's really putting us into a situation of multiple offers. We'll start to see it go away. Home prices are going to soften a little bit, maybe a slight increase, but that's about it.
Right.
That's wonderful. Tom, Mike, we are out of time, so we're going to have to take another break. But Tom, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for bringing him on the show.
Hey,
great
thank
job.
you for allowing him.
All right, Santa Clarita, we are going to be taking another break. We've got one last really great real estate celebrity that you want to meet. You don't want to miss a beat. We'll be right back with you.